Hello viewers from different parts of the world, greetings. My name is Edgar Msimbe Constantine. I am a geography teacher and this is ETETA TV live from Morogoro in Tanzania. So today we are going to share about how to solve various questions that appears in the national examination. And today the center of my presentation will be on introduction to survey. And this presentation will solve the question that appears in the national exam, that is NECTA 2018. The question reads, explain 5 significance of survey in our daily life. That was question number 5. And this question basically has 2 parts. That is, has 3 parts. That is the introductory part, which basically defines the concept of survey. And part 2, the main body that will work out about the concept about various significance of surveying our daily life. But lastly, it will have a concluding remarks. Yes, basically survey is the science that deals with measuring and recording in order to determine the elevation of various physical features on the surface of the earth. That is what we call survey. Basically, it deals with measuring of height, angles, but also it measures the distance. And the survey varies. That means it can be cadastral survey, it can be engineering survey, it can be plain table survey, and so forth and so forth. That is the concept of survey. So basically, the student should define the term survey very correctly, as it is done in this presentation. Then from there, as a student, you have to work on the significance of survey in our daily life. So, number 1, survey is used to establish longitudinal section of a linear infrastructure. Survey is used in establishing longitudinal section of a linear infrastructure. If we say longitudinal, means the long profile of that linear infrastructure. Linear means it looks like a line. Such linear infrastructure can be, for example, transport and communication system like a road, a railway line, or this can also be used in the construction of various sewage disposal system in the given area. All these needs survey. Just before being conducted, survey has to take place in order to establish these infrastructures. Number 2, survey is used by constructors for laying the level of the ground. Survey is used by the constructors for laying the level of the ground. For example, leveling survey, which is essential for the construction of a playground or ground pitch. When we construct a ground pitch, essential for playing football, basically survey is used, and very particularly the leveling survey, which is very, very important for the construction of ground pitch. But again, number 3, survey is used by the cartographer when making topographical maps. Cartographer is just a person who draws maps. So basically, this cartographer, before they draw maps, they should conduct what we call cartographical survey in order to identify various features, whether they are man-made or natural features. Then after identifying them, now these cartographers are able to draw topographical maps. So basically, survey is very, very essential It is very, very important that it is used when establishing or making maps. And these cartographers basically make use of survey in order to construct maps. But again, survey is further used by the administrative officers. It is also used by administrative officers in plotting and demarcating different administrative boundaries. They use survey in order to demarcate different administrative boundaries. For example, the demarcation between one village and another, the demarcation between one district and another, the demarcation between one region and another, survey is used. And very particularly what we call cadastral survey is very much used when making demarcations of various administrative boundaries. But again, survey is used by geologists and pedologists, geologists and pedologists, when identifying the location of various minerals as well as making soil mapping. That means when you say geologists, these are people who are knowledgeable in rocks and minerals. So when they are identifying varieties of minerals, basically they make use of survey. They survey in order to identify the location of various minerals on the surface of the earth. But pedologists, when they are identifying varieties of soil type, they are also able to make survey. So survey is essentially used by these professionals. That is, when identifying minerals and the varieties of rocks, but also when mapping the soil of a particular area, which eventually may inform farmers what type of crop has to be growing in that particular area. So survey is essentially used by those experts. But again, that is used by the geologists. Now, after describing more correctly these points on the uses of survey in our daily life, you as a student, you can also give a concluding remarks. And the remarks may vary, but for this question, it can be like, surveying performs a significant role in our daily life as it provides the foundations of land uses and land management, resulting to city and urban development planning. Because planning for land use, planning for land management is essentially the work of surveyor. For effective land use and land management, survey has to take place, has to be conducted in a particular area. Thank you very much. Thank you abundantly for watching this video. Sir Edgar MC, geography teacher. Thank you.